Surrey Senior Cup, and Martin Tyler's just sat down. The legend that is.
Yes, the legend.
The legend that is Martin Tyler.
He's just trying to turn his phone off, which is not very successful.
He's just pointing, and you know, he's looking over at Adrian Crucifix and the sponsors, and we're all looking at him, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with them? They're thinking, well, hang on, we haven't got any balls to actually.
A little bit important when you do
It's very early in the morning, isn't it?
It's Friday.
So, look, here we are again, Martin. We've been here, every, couple of 8 weeks or so you've been coming in to do the draw, and we're down to the last 4 teams. Surrey Senior Cup, for somebody who doesn't really know what it's about, how old is a senior?
Well, senior is it's the status of the player, not the age of the player.
Ah, right, okay.
It means that the top players are the top clubs in the county, really, which is it's why it's such a prestigious prize. There's some prize money at stake, £800 for the winner, and the 4 clubs left are all excellent clubs with previous pedigrees of being champions of the county. So we'll see. Bring it on.
Look, every time you come in, we have to talk about your job, the Premiership. Really, what a fantastic season this has been, hasn't it? Don't you think?
This week has summed it up, to be honest with you, because there's Leicester thinking they dropped 2 points on Tuesday night by drawing it home to West Bromwich Albion, and then suddenly it was 1 point game because all their closest rivals lost on the Wednesday. If anybody had a bet on those 3 teams losing, they must be a very rich person this morning.
The wonderful thing is at the beginning of the season, nobody would have predicted what has happened in the fact that Chelsea were just sort of decimated originally, and then Leicester have come from were they bottom last season?
At this stage, yes, they were just about starting their revival. So it's been a year, if you count what Nigel Pearson did for them to keep them up last season, and they just kicked on with Ranieri's subtle touch.
What's he done?
Well, he's used the positives, obviously, the finish last season in such grand style. So he's kept that kind of togetherness in the squad. But he's clever tactically, but he's also very good at taking the pressure off the players. And he's been going on at 40 points. That's all we need. We get 40 points, then we'll reassess it. Now all the others are favourites to win. He's been saying he's definitely pushing the pressure in the direction of the other clubs. But they've got to front up now. They really are favourites, especially after what's happened this week. But I'm doing their game tomorrow at Watford, who are another part of this extraordinary season, but everybody thought they'd get relegated. And they've got 37 points, and they should have actually won at Manchester United on Wednesday, but they lost to a very clever free kick right at the end. But they've contributed, so it's going to be no pushover for Leicester at Vicarage Road tomorrow.
It's great, isn't it? Do you ever get the commentary job and you think, oh, have I really got to do that to you?
If I ever thought that, I would not be sitting here as a commentator, because every game is fresh and every game is exciting, and it might not be exciting come the end of it, but going into it, the sense of anticipation. That's my sort of barometer at the start of a season, and pretty much now, week in, week out. If I'm excited when the ball's on the centre spot, they're about to start, then I'm okay, I can carry on.
Now I hold my hands up. I'm not a football fan, but I don't. You've just got passion running through you. You haven't ever lost the love, have you?
No, that's what it's all about. I mean, there's
not
much talent in there, I have to say, but there's a lot of love. And if I get asked a lot by youngsters, and I'm sure there's some listening here, what's the secret of it? The secret of it is to love the game, respect the game as well. And sometimes that respect is challenged. It's not perfect. I wouldn't pretend that it was, but the actual contest, it's a game anybody can play. Any size, both sexes. Everybody who's got a chance if they're keen on playing, or watching and seeing the drama unfold. And no 2 games are ever the same, which is a joy. Really.
Now you see it at the Premiership, but here we are talking Godalming Town, Merstham, Sutton Utd, Woking. What I love about seeing local football is you see some quality. You see it so close, don't you?
Yeah.
And some people are incredibly good, aren't they?
Yes, I mean some people have for all sorts of reasons just failed to make it at the very top level. They've got the talent to be at the top level, but you need temperament, you need luck with injuries as well, and full-time football is very demanding, both mentally and physically. So it suits some to play part-time, and that's why the football on show in these semi-finals will be very good. So whatever we draw out now, let's hope that plenty of people listening will go to the games and go to the final, of course, itself.
Well, should we do it then? Yeah, let's do it. Now,
I'm going to, when you announce the ball number,
you're going to say
because you muck it up.
All right, so Martin, you're going to fill out one ball, and Fraser Keenan, who's representing the sponsors, is going to do the other one. And all right, Fraser, I got your name wrong earlier on, but slap me, as you can tell. It's going well.
Number 3.
It's Sutton Utd from the Vanarama National League South. They've won the Surrey Senior Cup more times than any other club, triumphant in 15 of 28 finals.
And who will they play?
Number 1
is Godalming Town from the Southern League, who beat Whiteley 3-0 in the last Tuesday's quarter-final.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Woking, currently placed 11th in the Vanarama National League. 8 points adrift off a playoff spot. They overcame that tricky visit to Molesey in their semi-final on Tuesday.
Which means they will play
number 2.
Which is Merstham. The remaining Ryman's League club beat Leatherhead with a convincing 4-0 in their quarter-final.
So that's all of them.
Yeah,
That's all of them done, dusted. They're going to be played on or before the 16th of March. The final will be played at Woking's Lathwaite Stadium, otherwise known as Kingfield, on the 4th of May. Good stuff. So